Hey everybody, PsyStarcraft here, and I have a Zerg versus Zerg on Gwen Stefani's vagina. That is also known as Slag Bits. Inside joke if you saw one of my casts a couple days ago, or rather a week or so ago. We have Psy, myself, on the top as the blue Zerg, and BettyCrocker as the red Zerg in the bottom position. And we are in cross positions. I did play this player once before in this little session of games I had here, and so I kind of know his playstyle, and that's going to affect what I do. And you can see here I'm even talking about that last game. So if I do something a little different than I normally would, I'll explain why based on what BettyCrocker did. Crocker. Did I say Crocker or Cocker the first time? Based on what BettyCrocker did the first game. Yeah, see, I didn't go all in enough. Basically, the first game we played, he went kind of all in-ish with Zerglings and Roaches, but I kind of stalled him with some backdoor Lings. I ran past his units and tried to attack his base. It stalled him a little bit in time for about 4 spines to come up, and I ended up defending the attack and having a much better economy than him and pushing and counterattacking for the win. I don't think I casted that game, did I? I hope not. So, yeah. You can, like, when you're playing in any kind of tournament and you're playing in a best of 3, best of 5, or whatever, or even if you just meet your opponent later on in the tournament after playing him once, you can kind of change your playstyle, change your builds based on what you know about him. Like, does he love to fast expand? Okay, maybe I'll go 10 pool against him. Does he love to just get like 14 pool, 14 gas, or 14 gas, 14 pool? Okay, then I'll fast expand against him because fast expanding is pretty safe against anything past, 13 or 14 pool. And that has affected my play already. We're seeing here I'm getting a hatchery. Now, it's not only good for me because we're cross position, that was just kind of lucky, but it's good for me because he did, in fact, go 14 gas, 14 pools. So now I'm going to be completely safe to put this expansion up. You can see my pool's on the way, and his is just over, 3/4 of the way. So I'm pretty safe. I'm pretty safe with this. Defending could be hard if he tries any early timing attacks or something like that. But as long as I do everything right, as long as I scout, see if he is going to be aggressive, I should be just fine. And we're seeing here, both of these overlords are just booking it towards the entrance of his base, because you want to always move your overlords immediately once you know where he spawns to, like, locations like this where you can see every single unit, locations like this, just anything in front of the Zerg base is pretty much what I'm saying. It really helps out. I'm already going to see these Lings if my overlords were here and so on. So these overlords might actually spot these Lings. Nope, the Lings are actually going to run towards the middle, right in between my 2 overlords, splitting the defense. It's like a field goal. It's up, it's up, it's good. Okay, yeah. 8 Lings on the way, and that's something I instinctively do whenever I fast expand. I know he's going to have quite a few Lings out way before I am, so I tend to overproduce Lings, get 8 or so, and then adjust based on what he's doing. And now we're seeing he's making about 6 Lings. So it's not like I wasted a lot of eggs compared to him. And he's saying risky because I did expand early without even knowing what he was doing. And yep, could be close position. If we were close positions, I'd still be okay. If we were close positions and he 10 pooled, I would be in some trouble. That's what fast expanding will do to you. But a lot of Zerg players have kind of chosen to not 10 pool too much unless you're, I don't know, bad. 10 pool's actually pretty good, so I shouldn't say that. But I wasn't really worried is what I'm saying. Now the Baneling nest is coming up, and if I learned my lesson last game, it's that Banelings are very good against Zerglings. And by last game, I mean the game that BettyCrocker and I played. He actually came in with a lot of Banelings and kind of scared me quite a bit. So I am throwing up my Roach Warren super fast. Now Roach Warren is, getting a Roach Warren on 2 bases this early it really kind of hurts your economy. Yeah, hurts your economy. But it's something that you kind of have to do if you suspect Banelings are coming in. I'm pretty sure he is going for Banelings this game, and I guessed right. So I will have Roaches out in time to try to, pick off any of those Banelings. And if we check out the Harvest tab, 25 to 21. So already I am ahead. I've got the fast expansion going. I've got the 2 queens. He's only got, I think, 1 queen. And I'm looking good. And this is why fast expanding would be a pretty good strategy. 5 Roaches on the way. He's continuing to drone up. So it looks like he's going to just kind of press in with these Banelings and Zerglings. Try to do a little bit of damage, I'm assuming. Oh, he might lose these Zerglings. Microing some of mine back. Not microing anymore. And they all go down. And believe it or not, that's actually going to thwart any aggression that he would try. He's just keeping his Banelings here. That's unusual. He's using them defensively, and they're an incredible defensive unit. But when your opponent fast expands, you don't really have to expect anything like that, do you? It's, I don't know. My speed's coming so late. I mean, I guess he is kind of scared. A spine crawler going up. It's now 30 to 31, so he is playing super defensively, and he's just going to be putting up defenses and droning up, really. Actually, a smart move based on what I'm doing, because I just made a bunch of roaches, and those roaches aren't doing anything. I was expecting him to make some kind of attack at me, but I didn't. So he guessed right as well. I guessed right about the banelings, and now he's guessing right about not attacking and just droning up instead. And as a result, he's still within 3 despite my early economic lead. So it's now 38 to 36, and we see he's making 2 more drones, and I'm making a couple more roaches now. These roaches are still defensive roaches. I'm not 100% sure what he's going to do. I should have seen from the spine crawler that he's probably not going to attack. He's actually making another spine crawler too, maybe worried about this roach count. 2 evolution chambers going up. So this game is progressing super fast as far as upgrades and tech goes, just because both of us are just droning up so hard so early. Now this overlord positioning is completely contradicting what I said. I want to have like an overlord here, an overlord here, you know, some in the middle, but I'm actually not doing that. It looks like these guys are going out to those locations. But I want to have them there a lot sooner. Now Harvester's still pretty even, 40 to 38. I feel like I have a slight advantage regardless of the Harvesters, just because my lair is sooner. I'm getting 2 evolution chambers sooner. He had to waste a drone on a baneling nest, even though maybe that baneling nest will come into play a little bit later, sneak some banelings into my mineral line or something like that. But my tech is better. My harvester count is actually a little bit behind. I'm getting 8 drones, he's getting 3, 4 drones. So we're going to be about dead even in a couple of minutes here. And there we go, yeah, it's 47 to 45. Infestation pit going up. So we have just a really heavy macro game. And macro games like this tend to turn into 2 things. Muta versus roaches, in which case you just kind of have to turtle up as the roach player and eventually get hydras, maybe some infestors. Or more common, which is what's going to happen now, roach versus roach with infestors eventually. And I say eventually because usually there's some kind of action occurring before this point, which kind of delays the infestors, but since there is none, we're both getting our infestation pits super early. And actually, I always forget my roach speed. I don't know why I forget my roach speed, but you should research that immediately. Once your lair comes out and you know you're going to be going roaches, get your roach speed immediately. These guys are skittering out. I don't know what they're doing. I still haven't realized that there's no roach speed. Oh, there we go. They're going to break down the rocks. But both researching pathogen glands. Harvester count 59 to 59, so that's actually really cool. We have identical builds, and I really like this idea from BettyCrocker. It's a macro hatch, but I would prefer the macro hatch to be after you take a 3rd base, because you don't really need the macro hatch in your base until you take a 3rd base. You should really just put this at the 3rd location so you can start, you know, saturating a 3rd. Overseer flying in with Overlord speed, checking out what he's doing. I see that he is roach heavy, and that he's got a couple spines, and actually I'm producing 11 more roaches. And the reason I'm not making any more drones is because 58 out of 58, or 58 on 2 bases is complete saturation. You don't have to worry about any more drones than that. My 3rd base is coming up, and I don't like this. This is something that might be good, this kind of hidden expansion from BettyCrocker, if you're playing a Protoss, if you're playing a Terran maybe. But against Zerg, no. Zerg is way too mobile. You want to build a base at the most easily defendable location, and I would definitely say that this is not the most easily defended location. So I'm not sure what his thought process was on that. 3 infestors coming out for him, and 20 Zerglings, kind of useless. I don't like him training Zerglings at this point in the game. Infestors will just destroy them. Roaches will 2-shot them with their upgrades. It's just an ugly decision. I'm not a big fan of that. For scouting, sure, but okay, yeah, I guess they can be good for, you know, harassment like that too, but in general I would kind of avoid that. Looks like this hatchery might actually go down. All my roaches swarming in. Meanwhile, he's got roaches of his own in the front door, but will these Zerglings be able to get away? They are going to force me to... Actually, I didn't even cancel. The hatchery goes down, and the roach is coming in from behind, but he does not have enough roaches. He needs to get the heck out of there. Don't engage with those roaches, BettyCrocker. His lings were completely trapped. I don't even have roach speed. I'm just starting roach speed, realizing, oh shit, my roaches are super slow, but very nice fungal growths might be able to even the tide of the battle. 1-0 for him, 1-1 for me, but it looks like there are just too many roaches for me. Unfortunately, no speed, so I can't really run and pick off all these roaches, reinforcing with a lot more, and an infestor! Don't waste a fungal, don't waste a fungal. Good, no fungal wasted. And now check out the vision. This is what I mean by the overlords. I've got one patrolling between these 2 bases, one patrolling between these 2 bases. I need one right here, and I could actually use some in the middle because I don't have the watchtower, but Looks like I did force a cancel with 4 Zerglings. Wow! 4 Zerglings taking out the hatchery themselves, so maybe getting some Zerglings every once in a while isn't such a bad idea. Run in and kill some bases like that. So harvester count 55 to 57. He did kill a drone right here, and maybe I built another structure. I don't know. Oh, I built a macro hatch. So after I took my 3rd base was when I took that macro hatch, but of course the 3rd base died, so that kind of sucks for me. Now it's 2-1 to 1-1. He does have me outnumbered on roaches. He's got quite a few more, and he has his infestors in play. Where the heck are the rest of my units? I don't even have any. I'm forced to run away. My roach speed's still not up. He actually could have chased me, but that infestor was probably a threat to him. He's going to try to pick it off with 3 separate roaches. Will he be able to catch the infestor? Run, you sorry bastard! No! Infestor! Run! Run! Save him! Oh, he gets a fungal off, but then he dies. That was quite the poor map awareness. That's where you want to watch your minimap. And he killed my drone! What a dick! What an asshole. Unit count showing 44 roaches for me, 3 infestors, and 3 banelings. Oh wait, that's him. I only have 1 infestor. Now he's busting down the rocks and expanding where he should be. Meanwhile, I'm now transferring a lot of drones, it looks like. Yeah, because that's the gold base. You want to transfer tons of drones. So transferring the drones to the gold. And now I've re-rallied my drones to here and here respectively, because yeah, my gold is now saturated. It's got just enough. You've got 6 patches on your gold, so you want about like 14 or so drones. I've got what, 8, math is fun, 14. Oh, what do you know? So he's expanding in this location after busting down the gold, so he's going to be expanding twice. Good move, I like that. Zerg tend to have an excess of minerals, so you know, expanding twice, not a bad idea. I'm going to have a ton of minerals once this gold starts kicking in, and I really don't want it to die from any Zergling skirmishes, so I'm actually building 1 spine. I could afford to have a few more spines. I do have some excess. Oh no, Zergling's running in. These drones are not going to be happy. Queen pops out, but we have a battle right here. 1 fungal growth going down, and when you fungal growth like this and your opponent retreats, you want to hug your opponent's forces. You want to bring them in and surround the fungal growth units so they don't get away. And we'll see here, I'm trying to do that, but more infestors popping up. Nice fungals, but it's not going to be enough. His bulk army isn't that big. He needs to get off some consecutive fungals to actually kill the roaches, because right now he's just doing tons of damage. There we go. There's another fungal. I'd like to see him actually attack with the roaches and just keep fungaling the back roaches of mine. And now I'm moving in close. Attack commanding, look at all these weak roaches, but I am 2-2 compared to his 2-0, and it looks like I will take the battle. This is a time where it'd be really nice to have burrow. I do not have burrow research. Meanwhile, this base is going down, man. Check out the harvesters. He killed every single drone there. I don't know if I didn't notice it or I tried to run and he just caught up with him and killed them all, but those drones are all dead. Now I'm hurting economically. We see a Spire's on the way. He's got me beat by 17 harvesters, but what I do have is the upgrade game, and I've got a lair and +3/+3 on the way. So my roaches are going to be much stronger, and I'm going to have a Spire as a resource if I want to use it, but looks like he might clean up the remainder of my roaches, and this could be really bad for me because he's got the economic advantage at this point. I really need to reproduce my drones. 39 to 57 now, 13 roaches coming for him. I'm researching burrow to try to heal up my roaches, but you know, there's just no income. I just don't have the income that he has. Well, I shouldn't. I do have the gold, but I don't know why. He must be mined out as his main. Yeah, he's mined out. He really needs to transfer. He super badly needs to transfer these drones. Now, I do spot all these expansions because the Overlord's sending 3 roaches there. 3 roaches there. Roach fight towards the middle. It looks like he does have me outnumbered once again, though. Upgrades will play a big role in this. And there he goes, reinforcing from the west. And it looks like he will be able to clean this up. I am reinforcing as well, though. Infestor in the mix. Fungal growthing 4 of those roaches. This would have been a better location. There's 5 roaches compared to 4. And now we're now frantically reproducing tons of roaches. My 3-3 is almost finished. My burrow is almost finished. He does clean up the rest of those infestors. And if we check out the supply, it's 91 to 118. However, 3 roaches and 3 roaches have been able to kill this hatchery. +0/+0 lings against 2 roaches. Not good news for him. And it looks like he will try to move out. Still no spines at this location. I somehow managed to save the hatchery. But both of these hatcheries died. And now we're on 3 base to 2 base. He does have more harvesters, but those harvesters are going to waste. He's got 58 harvesters on 1 base. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that that is oversaturation right there. So this game, while the food is lopsided, a lot of that is because of the drone count. And, you know, I have some things going for me. I've got a couple infestors compared to his 1. I've got 2-to-1 infestors, 25 roaches to his 21. But most importantly, the most important thing is my roaches are 3-2, almost 3-3 compared to his 2-0 roaches. That's going to be huge whenever we get a battle with similar count. And he almost forces the cancel there. I was keeping a very close eye on that hatchery to see if I need to cancel it or not. And now he's burrowing a lot of zerglings all over the map to prevent any kind of expansions and just be annoying. Yeah, pretty much. I have to move my overseer here. That's the only way a Zerg player will be able to expand on top of a burrowed unit, is to get an overseer and bring it all the way over here and kill it. It's really annoying. I guess I could fungal it, but that'd be a waste. Checking the units, 25 to 27. So I am down a little bit. 3 infestors. I think I was calling myself the red player earlier when I was doing the unit counts, but that's okay. It was similar enough. So anyway, I'm down by 2 roaches, down by 1 infestor. I've got 3-3 to 2-0, and he's forced to distance mine until his base is complete, while I guess my base is dead too. Spine crawler going up. No, I'm gonna die. Save me, hatchery. Yay! I really like how when the hatchery comes up, it has a two spaces of creep on all sides, so you can instantly put up a spine. It's really useful against 2-raxes. Anyway, 8 infestors, 6 infestors, but I have less roaches, but with more upgrades, my drone count has now evened up 58 to 57. It looks like we're going to have a standoff here. Oh, don't get fungal infestors. I was able to fungal almost all of his infestors. I need another fungal right here, but it doesn't happen. Overseer overhead, able to snipe off these infestors and getting another huge fungal on these roaches. And it's hard to tell what's going on. I've got about 24 roaches to his 18. More upgrades, more infestors in the back, another fungal going down. And if we check out the reinforcements, 7 roaches on the way for me, 13 roaches on the way for him. I've got an overseer just up here. I need to move it down so I can see his roaches. I'm burrowing to heal up, and he's actually running away. I didn't catch the burrow, so I was actually burrowing myself. Nice fungal catching almost every single roach, and they are now so weak, man, but still, gotta emphasize this. 3-3 to 2-0. Such a huge difference. Roaches being rallied here. A technique you can use when you're kind of pushing like this, when you're me. I have every single hatchery hotkeyed to 4, as you can see. So let's say, alright, I'm moving my army up, move my army up. With my army moving up, press 4, and then right click, and that'll move your rally point up for your hatchery. So, okay, I'm attacking, now my units are down here, 4, right click. Alright, I'm attacking, my units are down here, 4, right click. Keep doing that to continually, you know, progress your units with your rally point. Otherwise, you'll get a bunch of roaches stuck up here that aren't really doing anything until you actually consciously remember, oh, well, I've got roaches up here, time to move them. And there's even still a couple, even though I grabbed most of them. Very nice fungal. These fungals from BettyCrocker keeping him in the game. And it looks like our roach count is dead even, which I have to give myself the advantage for. But reinforcing with about 6 more, 9 on the way. Tunneling claws as well. And keep in mind, oh, he's burrowing. Not a good idea. I've got an overseer coming. Overseer. Trying to unburrow and catch these infestors off guard. He picks off 1, but now the overseer is overhead. Lots of roaches. Lots of roaches. That's the adjective of the day. Lots. Is that an adjective? I don't know. I think it is. Maybe not. Burrowing these drones. Tricking me into thinking he's unsaturated, but the overseer sees all. I don't even care though. I'm just gonna run back up and last ditch effort. Zerglings, roaches, all attacking at once, but it's not gonna be enough. Overseer moves up and picks off the remainder of these burrowed roaches, and BettyCrocker is forced to GG. So upgrades ending up playing a big role in that game. We had about equal effectiveness with our infestors. He wasted a lot of resources on killing this hatchery, but I think it was worth it every time he did kill it. The difference is I was able to sustain this gold base a lot longer than he was for his 765 on each patch, as opposed to 1290 on each patch, and I think that was really the game breaker. I don't know why he went for this expansion. Or this expansion. That was kind of weird since they're farther away and they're not gold bases. And really the game changer was when I put 3 roaches down here, 3 roaches over here, and was able to kill both hatcheries. That was kind of when he was behind. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I did find my GG button. It was in my pants the whole time. So here we are. GG! And I'm going to apply some karmics now.